This incident happened 2 years ago. Me and my best friend Renju decided to go on a trip. After we finished our schooling in 1998, we were meeting after a very long time in 2017. We both had changed a lot and were always busy with family, kids and so on. But we housewives felt like taking a break from all these everyday chores and spending some alone with each other. We talked with our families and they agreed to it, and we decided to go on a trip to Kashmir, India. So on December 2018, we along with a group of random people went to Kashmir via flight from Cochin. It was my first time going on an airplane without my family and the journey was wonderful. I cherished each and every moment at the airplane. After a long 5 hours journey covering a distance of 2,435 kilometers, we finally arrived at Srinagar, Kashmir on December 20th. When I went out of the airport, all I could see was the earth covered in snow, and I was excited like a little kid, and it was my first time seeing snow. On December 21st, we walked through snow, and we made snowman, and have snowball fights like small kids. The next day, me and my friend decided to go for a walk. After walking for some time, we reached a small village. The village was very beautiful with a lot of mountains nearby. When we asked one of the villagers, they told us that people go for skiing and sledding on those mountains. We walked a few more kilometers and finally reached the mountains. We found a small shop and we went there to get something to drink to satisfy our sour throats. As we sat there enjoying the beautiful scenic view and looking eagerly at the different people skiing and sledding and having fun, we also felt like trying out these. Renju already knew how to ski and have already done sledding, but for me it was my very first attempt. I had skating balance, so skiing was quite okay for me. Even though I fell a lot of times, still I enjoyed my experience a lot. After finishing skiing, we both went to get some hot chocolate, and while I was finishing my hot chocolate, my friend went and booked a sledge. And I was super excited and we both went for sledding. It was really a memorable journey, and we were enjoying it to the fullest when suddenly the wolves lost their control and started to run really fast. Even though the driver was trying his best to get them under control, there was no use. We both started to panic. Suddenly the sledge went through a rock and I lost my control and fell off the cliff. I woke up on a very snow-covered region which was filled with fog. I could see nothing but just the white sheet of snow and fog. All I could remember was me falling off the sledge and my friend screaming my name at the time of fall. Scared and worried, only negative thoughts came into my mind and the faces of my kids and family kept on flashing my mind. I walked for long distances aimlessly thinking that I could find a shelter, but all I could see was snow and fog and not even a single sign of humans or any other wildlife. Soon it was getting dark. I had lost my phone. All I had was my backpack with little food that we had brought along. I lost hope, and as I was walking I suddenly saw something dark, and as I walked towards it, I was overly joyed as it was a cave. I slowly went inside it, making sure I don't make any noise. The cave was dark. I slowly walked in, but I couldn't see anything. So I picked up 2 rocks lying there, but still I need a twig. I searched my bag and I found a few wooden sticks. I tied them up together using my hair tie and I thought I was lucky. I tried to set the fire, but it was of no luck, as every time I tried to put on a fire, cold wind would blow it off. I moved in a little inside the cave and this time I got the fire, and I lit up my DIY torch. I walked inside the cave and made sure there was no wild animals. I was really tired, and after placing the torch near me, and went to a long deep sleep. I woke up to a large hand pulling me. At first I thought it was a dream, but then it kept on pulling me, so I woke up and to my horror the Yeti was standing right in front of me. I thought it was a dream, but no, it was the reality. I was so shocked even to scream. The Yeti observed me very carefully. Then he left me to the ground and left. I made sure he left and thought of escaping, but outside the cave it was really dark, and I could hear the wolves and other wild animals, and also my torch was getting dim, so I chose to stay inside and thought my death was near. I thought I would doze off, but I wasn't able to sleep or even close my eyes. After quite a long time the Yeti came in with a bunch of fruits and huge ice in his hands. He put them down near me and sat at a distance from me. I was really scared, but I started eating the fruits and it tasted really sweet. I finished my fruits, and as a gift of gratitude I gave him some chocolates I had in my bag. He accepted it, and from his expressions I think he liked it. As I was studying the cave and the Yeti, my fear started to ease slowly. Soon I heard a voice. Are you scared? I thought someone was there in the cave, but I saw none. Again I heard the same voice saying hi, and when I looked around it came from the Yeti. I started to scream and he said, don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt you. You can stay here and tomorrow I'll help you find your place. My face and hands were pale and cold. I didn't reply anything. The Yeti again asked, how did you get here? Being overcome with fear, I somehow managed to tell everything. He tried to calm me down by asking a few more questions, and soon I also started asking questions about him, and we became friends. He told that he had been living for the past 200 years, and at first all humans were really friendly with his species, but soon the human greed started taking over, and they started capturing the Yetis and using them as zoo animals and killing them for their skins and meat. To this the Yetis started reacting, and the humans started telling stories about them as horror animals and started making them the bad guys. Now almost all Yetis are extinct, and only about 10 Yetis exist now. He also told me that soon all animals in the world would face this same situation if not handled properly. Then I took a long nap, and when I woke up in the morning I saw my friend and my family standing next to me beside my bed, and all their faces looked so worried. I asked them how I ended up here, and they said, in the morning when the resort staff heard a lot of barkings, and when they came and checked, they saw you and informed us. They all asked me what happened and how did I end up here. But I didn't tell anyone the truth, as this encounter should be kept a secret, or else it would just wipe out the entire Yeti population. Deep in my heart I thanked Yeti for bringing me to the exact same place and also being a really good friend of mine and saving me from death. Now I always wonder, aren't we humans always the bad guys who would destroy anything to satisfy our greed?